Buddha. No way, Jose.
Welcome to the Truth Zone. Let me give a shout out to Shawanda Williams, Cuba, the Nile River, King on 28, Realist One. What's going on? This gonna be one of these probably one of the videos that get taken down. I'll tell you. Should transgenders be able to compete in women's sports? Let's talk about it. And I think they shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports. I think if they were born a man and switched over to a woman, they should be able to compete in women's sports. They shouldn't be able to, because one, the females is at a disadvantage. And what advantage will a transgender man, a woman that become a man, what kind of advantage would they have in men's sports? They won't have no advantage in men's sports. They play men's sports. They won't have no such type of advantage. But what about try to take away a whole lot of different stuff? Try to make people minds up. I don't have nothing against transgenders. I don't have nothing against LGBTQT plus. I don't have nothing against them. You want to be who you are, be who you are. Be who you want to be. Be who you want to be. You are who you are. But don't take away the integrity of respect Alpha Buckeye. Don't take away the integrity of women's sports by forcing them have to deal with transgenders. You're taking away women's, I would say, some of the women's rights already to satisfy that satisfy them. Something that women had fought for and still fighting for till this day. So what sense does that make? So you tell me if my niece was competing in some kind of sport event, she had to go against a woman that used to be a man. So you telling me that it's fair for women that were born a woman, that got uterus, got ovaries, that have a cycle every month, that can have kids. They had to go against the men that thinks and believes that transform into women. How's that fair? How's that fair? It's not fair at all. Respect boss lady Bird. How is that fair? How is that fair? That's not fair at all. That's not fair at all. Cause think about it, a transgender man that's a woman that used to be a man cannot compete against a real man in their sports. You can't have a transgender man that's a woman that used to be a man go play a high caliber football, rugby. You can't. If that's the case, why don't we have the LSU Lady Tigers go play against the UConn men basketball team? Why don't we have the U.S. soccer team, women's soccer team, national team, go play against the men national soccer team? If that's the case, yeah, you see a woman playing football, yeah, but guess what she is? She the field goal kicker. Respect the word. Respect the word. See, how if we as a world, as a community today, if y'all believe so much believe in the higher power, respect Chicky. If you so much believe in the higher power, and you say God, God and all the higher power, you believe in Jesus, God, the higher power, you know this ain't okay. This ain't right. For all the ones that say they Christians, you go to church every day. If you read that Bible, what does it say? See, I'm not judgmental. I'm calling like I see. I'm calling right down the middle. I call it right down the middle. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That we are in different times. I know parents, you're supposed to love you're supposed to love your child no matter what. But how, as a parent, can you, okay, say, I'm gonna put it like that. Say if you got a child, you got a little girl, I'm find that out, Alpha Buckeye, believe me. Say you got you got two children. You got two children. One it was born a female. She run the track. Playing playing women's sports. You got another one. He was born a boy. He transgender to a woman, and they both played on the same team, both competing in track and field or basketball, whatever. How you think she gonna feel? She gonna love him because that's her brother or sister, whatever you want to call him. Call him. You gonna say, "Oh, that's my son, love her," but deep down inside, you know she gonna think that's not right. Respect to have a discussion. She gonna know. See, that's the problem we run into, especially at MMA. You got a transgender woman fighting against a real woman in MMA. Now, how is that right? Then you got a transgender man fighting MMA in the woman division. How is that right? You got a transgender, you got a woman that turned into a man fighting in the man division. How is that right? See, this got to be said. Everybody want to look out for their rights. What about the right about women? What about the rights about the real women that can have babies? What about the rights about the man? You right about that. Respect, Melanie. Now, this what the reason I came up with this subject today because what I have read, I got to say it in there. Yeah, real women are get shitted on. If you believe when women is get shitted on, put a one in the chat. You believe if real women get shitted on, put a one in the chat. See, I read this the other day. This came out yesterday. Respect, Shad Banks. This came out yesterday, right? This came out yesterday. The House passed an anti-trans sports bill. The House voted on Thursday to pass a GOP-led bill that would ban transgender athletes from women's and girls sports at federally funded school and educational institution. Just about every institution is federally funded, except the private ones. Every school, every college, every high school, every community college is federally funded. And they say, check this out, the Senate is mostly Democrats. Yeah, the Dems are crazy. They want equal rights for everybody. Let me tell y'all a little story. The Democrats today were Republican back in the day. The Republicans of the day, it was Democrats back in the day. So they kind of switched roles. The bill, you're right, Alpha. The bill is not expected to be taken up by the Democratic-controlled Senate, and the White House had issued a veto threat. But the vote showed that Republicans are working to spotlight the issue, and it comes amid a GOP-led push in states across the country to pass similar bill restricting transgender athlete participation in sport. The final vote was 219 203, down strict party lines. Respect E. James, part 2. We already know some of the deal. See, me, I don't care what party it is. I don't care what you feel. This is wrong. I call out wrong. This is wrong to the T. How can a man that transformed into a woman compete against a real woman like Boss Lady Bird, Melanie Johnson, E. Jane, and Chicky? How can they compare? Them transgender women cannot have kids. Them transgender men cannot make a kid. Cannot. It ain't no way. And think about that. Men, I'm talking to men now. I'm talking to men now. You go out, a nice looking woman. A nice little woman, right? Then all of a sudden you found out that's a man. But that woman was born as a man. How would you feel? Same thing with your women. You see a man you like, you single. Sorry about that. All right. I know my audio probably is cutting out. Just think, you are going out, girls, women, females, y'all queens, y'all going out with y'all homegirls, and y'all saw a dude, he looked pretty good. He dressed to the T. He dressed to a T. Then all of a come and find out that he was born as a woman. How would you feel? How would you feel about that? How would you feel about that? And guess what? They fight so much for the LGBTQ plus community. These women that want to be, these men that want to be considered women that change their genders, which don't make you a woman, which don't want to fight for the men that used to be women when they were born, don't make you a man. Nothing makes you who you are. You are not who you were born as. You're not who you were born as. This is my true self. No, see, I look at they can push for that, but the problem is it got to be up to the parents. I blame the parents for all of this that's going on. The mental anguish in their head. Now, how can even a man and woman raising a child, or just a man raising a child, or a woman raising a child? That's some not good parents. I know that people let you be good parents. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But what are you teaching your child? A man and man, a transgender woman and a real man, a transgender man and a real woman raising a child. What are you teaching your child? I know some of them go to church, but what do the Bible say? It says we got a whole lot of these people say, I'm Christian this, I'm Christian that. I go to church, I go to mosque. I do this for the higher power, the higher greater good. What higher greater good? If the Bible, if you want to know about the Bible saying a man was when a man is born, it's supposed to be a man. When a woman is born, it's supposed to be a woman. Not when a woman is born, she can turn into a man. Not when a man is born, he can turn into a woman. Yeah, YouTube might take this, might clap the channel. I might be off my main channel for a week, but I'm speaking the damn truth. If the truth hurts, so be it. That's why I call the truth zone today. So if we see, I don't care what other people do. I wanted a fair, level playing field. I want a fair play level field. We got so indoctrinated and go along to get along that if you say something that's right that offends somebody else, people want to get mad. The group want to get mad because you said something. And you speak your mind, you're giving your opinion on something. When do opinion hurt somebody? Unless when you speak your opinion, the opinion, if it hurt them, it's the right opinion, and they don't care. We Alpha, we might create one. Alpha, you know I speak the truth. I don't care who likes it, who don't. I don't care who like it, who don't. Because truth be told, some of us get tired of these so-called, oh, we want rights for this person, this group. But guess what? The women get shitted on, and dark-skinned people get shitted on. See, if you want to talk about, oh, we want to get these transgender rights to go use the bathroom with other women, how would you feel? Your wife in the bathroom, your girlfriend in the bathroom, a woman comes in there, and you found out that was a transgender. How would you feel? That a woman that used to be a man go use the women's bathroom. It's just like when they put that transgender woman in the prison, in a woman prison, and 3 inmates wind up getting pregnant. You talk about you want to fight for the rights for them. What about the rights for the women? What about the right for the black people who out here struggling? What about the rights of all these other people that try to come up? What about the right these people? We should have the rights not to go walk out the door without getting shot by the police officer. We should have the right to go to the court, had a jury or appeal. We should have the right to sue the hell out of the cop that shot us. You want to do something? Go take immunity away from these cops so we can sue the hell out of them for shooting us. Instead of giving all these rights to this group. I don't care the group get mad. Guess what? He can get mad. They can get mad all they want to. This is just my opinion. If this opinion hurt you, make you mad. Guess what? I'm saying that what's right. I must be telling the truth if it hurts you. If it hurts you, guess what? I'm telling the truth. See, I'm not scared of no government. Federal, state, local, I'm not scared. Guess what? If I get locked up for telling the truth, so be it. They just want to be petty. Because guess what? While I'm locked up, I'm still gonna be telling the truth. I'm still gonna be speaking the truth that comes out of my mouth. I don't like transgender women competing against other women in women's sport that's made for women. If you want them transgender to compete in sport, give them their own division. You want to do it? Somebody, little girl, shouldn't have to go against a man that called he thinks he's a woman, compete against a woman that is not really a woman. They shouldn't have to go through that. Somebody drop my backup channel because I got a feeling this channel gonna be clapped. It's gonna be going for a week for what I'm saying. Cause if YouTube clap this channel, y'all know I've been telling the truth. That's the thing. I'm not saying Democrat or Republican. I'm not gonna say I know Democrat do it, I know Republican do it, but it comes down to what your moral standards is. Out here in our community, what is your moral standard? I don't care. Guess what? If they don't like what I'm saying, they can shut me down right now. But guess what? They shut me down right now for my opinion. They're gonna get sued. They're gonna get mad. I sue the shit out of them for my opinion. But what I'm saying, Alpha, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying the moral standards. Yeah, Democrat is for it, but that's some things the Republicans. I don't like Republicans doing that against us. So both sides got things wrong. But I'm just saying is that if you gotta put it away, if it started happening, why I chose this subject was because they get more rights than us black people. They get more rights than some women. Women can go say they did this, somebody did this to them. They gonna take their time kind of find out what's going on. See, everybody won't say that oh, we talk about them. Oh, we discriminate. We being we discriminate against them. We're not discriminating against them. We just don't like what they try to do. Respect secure. We yeah, it, all them yeah. And think about it, we know that some Republicans probably voted for it too. So hey, who gives two shits about it? Like I said, I don't care you Democrat, Republican. I don't like you. I don't like the politicians anyway. I don't care who you are, what political association you with. Because it's not helping me. It ain't helping my community. It ain't helping my queens. Guess what? I don't give a damn about you. Keep them motherfuckers out of women's sports. That's all I'm saying. Keep them out of women's events. If that the case, if you were born a woman, you become a man. Why don't you go to a women's bathroom? I don't care I don't care you're a woman, you like women. I don't care you're man, you like men. I don't care. See, I know some of y'all want real women. Y'all want real men. Nowadays, you can't tell them apart right now. So, otherwise, you want them to keep fooling folks. Yeah, I know you love your child, but do you love your child enough to say, hey, whatever you call them, baby, sweetheart. I know I'm your parent. I know you want to do this in this event with you. I know you want to compete in the guild event. It's not right. It's not right. Respect together we break change production. It's not right. We know your child want to be a woman. We know your child want to be a man, but it's not right for them to go try to take over women's sports. It's not right at all. But we want to get on these men, these women that 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 go after children. What you think you doing now? Having them go to a transgender woman go to a woman's bathroom where some kids could be at, go in. That's hurting our kids. What telling you getting into something else. That ain't what the Bible said. For y'all Christian out there, that ain't what the Bible says. If y'all want to go that route, we are. So, but y'all want to get on these teachers that having sexual intercourse with students. You want to get on these men that going out here doing these to the children. But what y'all think y'all doing? Politicians. Democrat, who you? I'll call you politicians. What you think you're doing to our kids? This girl might be the top athlete in her school, in her state. Then all of a sudden, this transgender woman comes and take it from her. That might kill her self-esteem. You're right, Alpha. I already know what you're talking about. See, we respect to whoever came in here. How about down discussion? Hold on. We got to get back on. If y'all want to go with Christianity, let's go to Christianity. Y'all politicians want to go to Christianity. Y'all want to say in God we trust. This world are going for a hell to a hand basket. We as people, as human, have as people, as a society, has some of us has conformed to this correctness they want to call it. This is called. This is what we want to fit. This is what they call. They want to put a square in a round hole and around a circle in a square hole, which it ain't going to fit. Respect, Shonda Williams. You're right, Shakur. It's a lot of things that will be blocked, that will be said that people wouldn't agree with that. When you said, "Hey, you don't want me to let them do that." Think about it. we got the right to speak our mind, free speech, right? But all speeches ain't free. You can't go have a fire in the theater. But guess what? If we want to go protest out in front of the state in the Capitol, guess what? They have all kind of people in riot gear sitting out there. So why should we sit back? We supposed to sit back and be quiet while this happens. That we don't supposed to supposed to talk about it. We supposed to be hush about all this shit that's going on. How would you feel? Take that. How would you feel if your son was a boxer, right? Was a boxer. He boxed another man, and he beat the other man, and the other man wound up with brain damage. But kind of found out that man that he was boxing was born a woman. How would that feel? How would that make you feel? How would that make that guy feel? How would it make that parent feel? How would that make your parent? How would that make you feel as a parent? If you was a parent of a transgender man that was in boxing and he got knocked out and got brain damage, how would you feel? I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna ask this question to the chat. I'm gonna ask this question to the chat. If your son or daughter said they feel like the daughter first feel like she's a man, she's got a man trapped in her, and your son said he feel like he got a woman trapped inside of him, and he want to change genders, he want to transform, he want to change his gender, he wanted to grow his hair out. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole lot of lawsuit going on. How would you feel? What would you sit down and tell your child? I know you want to transform your body. I know that, but I can't let you do it. I'm not against you. I love you. No reason I'm not gonna let you do it because the field for your life that would happen to you. Secure. Oh yeah, I feel you secure. But the bottom line is, why do we have to go through this every single time? Always something new. They want to take away stuff from the. See, they're not only taking away from the black women, Asian women. They take it away from the white women. How can a woman compete against a man? They can't. How? How can how can that be? See, I'm bringing up all the dangers of these transgenders in these sports they want to play in. What could happen? That's why I feel like they shouldn't be playing in these sports. Because these real women that train hard every day and go out and do what they do to get where they at shouldn't have to go compete against a man that transform into a woman. See, I think some of the it's a mental state. Like I said, y'all want to call about Christianity. Christianity, y'all, if y'all were hollering about Christianity, y'all want to follow the Bible, y'all go to church, y'all go to mass, y'all go to all these church services, then follow the Bible then. Follow the Bible then. See, it's like this. I've been saying I've been talking about this for I don't know how long on the back end of somebody. It's crazy how people in this society thinks it's okay for a woman that transformed into a man competing in men for sports and get hurt, and and a woman that transformed into um, a man that transformed into to a woman playing women's sport. How is that okay? We're gonna find out. But then what they're gonna say? Oh, it was a mistake. No, not a mistake. It was a mistake that y'all made, politicians. Y'all want to give all kinds of right to the LGBTQ plus community that they transgenders that this man that was born as a woman got killed. And that this the real female got killed against this transgender that was in her sport. You write down a discussion. Queen got your eat respect. Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah. That's on the Democratic side. But they don't see the big picture. You're destroying the feminist movement. You're destroying women's rights to get these rights to the other female other trans to the transgenders. So, in other words, you rather destroy the regular woman that's one like that's all women that can bear children. They got eggs, got an uterus, got a uterus. I mean, not uterus, got a uterus that have a cycle at just about every month to satisfy these people. So you destroy the real authentic thing to satisfy these people. That's that is sad that these that people that call themselves pro women fight for women's rights and pro and some of these people that are black and pro black and not speaking out against this. That is on the other side of the aisles. See, That's one thing I can agree with Republicans on. Women, transgender women should not be playing in women's sports. And they should be going to the women's bathroom. They shouldn't be. But together we break change production. He's not the only one we can blame with that. We can blame the House and the Senate, the Republican and the Democrat for that. They could overrode that. That's what I said. That's why I said politicians. Now the Republicans want to think, oh, we for not letting transgender women play in women's sports now. But back when Obama was president, they sided too. They voted for it. For these rights. Now they try to take all these rights from women, these real women that play in these sports, real women that were born a woman that still is a woman. So guess what? It is what it is. If you like it, don't like it. We are here to tell you it is wrong. It is dead wrong. How can you be so simple-minded to let these transgender women go against these real women that have worked all their life to get where they want to get to? You not to when one of these real women get killed by these transgender, what you gonna say then? What you gonna do then? When one of these transgender men get in one of these rings, the MMA ring or boxing ring with a real man and get hurt, then what? See, think about it. It already changing. These people got mental health issues. That's why that's why they got mental health issues, because mental health issues runs in somebody's family. If you think you shall be, these people thinking they are the opposite sex when they were born one sex. I don't care if you want to be with a man. I don't care you want to be with a man want to be with a man. I don't care you want to be with a woman. Do as you please. But don't try to force that on somebody else that they got to go against them in sports. Mental health is a real issue in our community. And mental health issues is real around this world. But when you try to force something on somebody to make them say, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, it's a real issue. I'm gonna take a quick commercial. I'm gonna take this thing gonna be quick. This is not gonna be quick. This ain't gonna be quick. I gotta go check on mom. Right? Is she? And I'll be back, and I will open up the floor. Open up. I am back. I am back. I am back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Tank, you got to tell me more about that secure. You got to tell me more about that. The link is dropped. It is pinned to the top of the page. Yep, they have. Put this comment up over here. What she said. You right. You right. Secure. All these people champion. All these women that champion for them. All these women who champion the LGBTQ plus inclusion have finally begun to awaken to the harsh reality of a transformer's foot on their necks. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. And we supposed to be sit here and be okay with it. Secure, I'm gonna ask you this question. Down discussion, I'm gonna ask y'all this question. You got a daughter that competing in sports. Secure, you got a son that competing in sports. He's going against another little boy in sports and beat him. But found out that the little boy he was going against was born a female, born a little girl, or vice versa. How would you feel? You got a good daughter doing her best, all the training in the world to be the best she can be, to a higher power, to her high of performance. But also she get taken out by a transformer, uh, 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 a woman that was born a man. Now the card is looking at that woman that used to be a man, not at your daughter. It's not that your daughter wasn't good enough. And not that your daughter wasn't good enough. It's that they want to do inclusion to that for that person. What's fair about that? There's everybody said everything in life is not fair. No, everything in life is not fair. Everything in life is not fair. But this show damn isn't fair. Not fair at all. How can a woman compete against a transgender, a woman that used to be a man? How can she compete against that? How? I'm not saying that a woman that used to be a man, cannot compete in sports. I'm saying that if they want to compete in sport, let them have their own. Let them have their own division. Let them have their own thing. Let the women compete against women. Let the men compete against men. Transgender women compete against transgender women. Transgender men compete against transgender men. That's all I'm saying. But to push the woman out, womb, just like EJ said, womb is for, cause the womb is for where the egg goes settle and the baby grow. You can't change the definition of a woman because you change your sex, because you change your appearance. You cannot change that. How can you change it? You can't change. You can change all you want to. Still don't change your biology makeup. You can go just cut that off, whatever, tuck it, whatever, put one on. Still don't change your makeup. What you were born. For all y'all Christians that's out there said, oh, all y'all Christians say, oh, it's okay for a transgender woman to compete against a real woman. It's okay for a transgender man to compete against a man. It's not. It's not okay for them going to the same bathroom as a real woman. It's not okay for them going to the same bathroom with a real man. It's not okay for them going to the bathroom where a child had to go. It's not a little boy or little girl. It's not fair. Until y'all show me a transgender can have a baby. If for you to show me a transgender woman can have a baby, they can have sex with a real man and have a baby, and that transgender, that man, that woman that used to be a man can have a baby naturally by having sex with another man and can carry for 9 months. What the hell are you gonna push out at? You're right. That's what I'm saying. They should be in their own damn league. Why they not in their own damn league? I wonder. It's not all right. It's not okay for that. I don't care. I don't care what people are gonna think because of what I'm saying. I don't care. Cause you right, secure, all period. Let me see them do that. Let me see them have a period every month. Let me go see them go through a menstrual cycle. Let me see them have cramps. Let me see them have morning sickness from being pregnant. When they start doing that, then they could compete against women in women's sports. You right about that, secure. And you down with the discussions, you right about that. So y'all want us, you want us, people that level minded, got a head on our shoulder, got a mind, got a brain that thinks. You want us to accept that a a, a guy, a, a a naturally born guy that transform into a woman to supposed to compete in the women division against other women. I don't think so. That's not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. For all y'all to happen, y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Real women is at a disadvantage. They're already at a disadvantage now. But for y'all, yeah, just like you said, security for all them was LGBTQ plus community, All the women that were champion for their rights, guess what? Why you champion for their rights? Little did you know they would stab you in the back to take yours. Women, real women. You didn't know they were stabbing you in your back, did you? But yet you want them to compete against women in women's sports. Women's already at the disadvantage. Women's already at disadvantage in real life and out in the corporate world. Women's already at the disadvantage. Women's already at a disadvantage because there's some people don't believe women when they say they've been all word. They're being stopped. Especially our black women, our black queen, when they comes out and say we've been doing that, they don't believe them. We should be our opinion. We should have our right to our opinion of what's going on in this world. And the world, we know the world's not right, but it sure damn ain't right for a transgender man, transgender woman compete against men and real women in their division. Because that's a disadvantage. I'm not hating. I'm not discriminating. I'm not discriminating against no transgender. I just call it like I see it. If that the case, if you want to let woman, transgender man compete in men and women's sports, okay, let's do it like this. Since you want to do it that way, let combine all the sports together. Let put men and women's sports together. Let have just one team. Just have one team. Men and women competing on the same damn team. You want to put it that way, you might well, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Respect, Jerry Spears. Like I said, let the women national team and the men national team be together as one. Let a real man running women's sports. Let a real man run track with a real woman and a transgender. Since you want to do it that way, might as well let them do it. But you're not going to convince me that a woman going to be at an advantage against a transgender woman who already got an advantage because she was born as a man. You're not going to convince me a man compete against a transgender man and is equal because that man that's a transgender was born as a woman. See, that's the thing. How in the hell you gonna compete against another person that was born another gender? How is that fair? How is that fair? Ain't nothing fair about it. Okay, this is a question I'm gonna ask the chat. This question I'm gonna ask the chat. If you think it's fair for a transgender woman, a transgender man compete in an all man, all women sports, you think it fair? Put a one in the chat. If you're thinking fair. If you think it's not fair for a transgender man, a transgender woman compete in all women sports, put a two in the chat if you don't think it's fair. It's not fair. Because who got the advantage? Like I said, until that man who's transgender who changed to a woman who changed into a woman until he slash she start having periods until have a start producing eggs every month. Oh, well, how often women produce eggs? Till they start cramp, till they have period, till they can carry a baby in their uterus for 9 months until they can push that baby out. After that 9 months, they should be competing. They shouldn't be competing at all. But yet you want to lock up men for some bullshit. You want to lock up some men for not paying child support. You want to lock up men cause just cause. You want to shoot us. You want to we get shot. Every time we walk out the house, there's somebody get killed. You don't want to do nothing about a mass shooting that's going on in these schools and at these jobs and at these malls. But it's okay. You don't want to do nothing about all the bullying that going on in these schools and online to these adults and these children. You don't want to do nothing. You right, Secure. You don't want to do nothing about our black men and our black women get tortured, get shot for nothing, for no reason. But you don't want to take accountability about taking immunity from the police officers because you don't want them to sue. But you want us to pay our money to pay the person that sued the city, sued the police officer. We got to pay their money because the police fucked up. You don't want to do nothing about that. But our daughters got to go out here and fight for what they got on these teams to make the team. But yet a transgender can go and say, "Hey, you discriminate against me. You won't let me play on this team." Then you threaten to sue the school. Make it make sense. This is hard work right here, people. This is hard work. Like I said, I ain't got nothing against them, but give them their own league. Give them their own league. That's all you got to do. Give them their own league. Give them their own league. If you want them to have rights, give them their own damn league. The women fought for to try to be equal with men. They got their own division. They got their own league. They got their own lane. So give the transgenders, men and women that are transgender, their own damn lane. Give it to them. Don't try to put them in a lane that's already there. That these women that these real women that fought to get. Don't put them in that lane. Let them fight for get their own lane. Democrat, Republican, Independent, don't care what part of politician that you are, get your mind right. So you're taking something that the black people, our melanated brothers and sisters, kings and queens have fought for, using it. You took what the women's rights group have fought for, using it. If the transgenders want to be equal, let them be equal in their own lane. Let them be equal in their own damn lane. That's all I'm saying. No transgender woman should be competing in women's sports against women, real women. They should be competing against them. Yeah, Jerry, they own league make two damn cents. Okay. You don't want to give them their own damn league. Okay. Let's just take away men and women's sports. Let's just combine the men and women's sports together. That's everything that's separate from men and women. Let's just create one bathroom. Hey, let's just have one bathroom. We don't ain't no used to have no man and woman bathroom no more. Let's just make it a family bathroom. That a man and a woman go in. They were born a man and a woman to go in. That's all they doing. Oh, I feel like Rebecca today. I guess I go to the women's bathroom then. Who gonna stop me? I go to the women's bathroom. I feel like I feel like Keisha today. I go to the women's bathroom. You can't say, oh, I can't go in there. Why you gonna say I can't go in there? Oh, because I'm a man? And you letting the transgender go in the women's bathroom. Why can't I? Why can't I go in the women's bathroom? You let this woman that used to be a man go in the women's bathroom. Why can't I? Respect Nate the Great. I know it's been happening, Jerry. I know it's been happening. See, combine all these. Forget about men and women bathroom. Just have one bathroom. Let's take away men and women bathroom. Let's take away the women bathroom. Let's take away. So Jerry, what would happen if you walk in the women's bathroom these days? What would happen to you, Nate? I feel like a transgender woman could go in the women's bathroom. I can go in the women's bathroom too. Shouldn't we? Us men, should we be able to go to the women's bathroom? Should we be? Should put a one in the chat if you think men should be allowed to go to the women's bathroom? Put a one in the chat. You think so? You right, Jerry. But why should we allow a transgender woman to go to the woman bathroom? Why should we allow that? Why should we? If you think a transgender woman should be allowed to go into a woman's bathroom, put a one in the chat. If you think not, put a two in the chat. I said two. They should be allowed in women's bathroom. Go to the bathroom that what you were born as. All right, Jen. Like I said before, all that a woman is a woman. She carried a child for 9 months. She had periods. She had cycles. She had cramps. She pushed her baby out of her vagina. Can a trans woman, can a man that became a woman do that? Hell no. She got ovaries. She got fallopian tubes. There ain't no confusion for us. Because we know what's right. We know what's wrong. It's not that we discriminate against them. It's just they need their own. They need their own. The links is at the top of the page. Anybody want to chime in? See, this women fought so hard for their rights. Then they fought so hard for LGBTQ plus rights. Now they get stabbed in the damn back. Who believe the women can? If you believe women, the real women, or get stabbed in the back, throw something. Let me know if you believe the women get stabbed in the back. Hold on, I got you, Nate. Hold on, Nate. I got you. I got you, Nate. What's up, Nate? What's up, Nate?
Not much. I no, you know what I meant by causing confusion, though, man. I'm talking about for those who still feel kind of eerie about bringing their kids to the bathroom on their own. You know how some parents used to do back then. But I'm saying, imagine the confusion if you are taking your son in there, like prime example. If you using them, if you prime example, you know some women going to take their son or their daughter regardless on a changing station because you got some of them bathrooms that still have them changing stations. But just
Yeah.
imagine a whole, you know, like I'm saying, you got to think about that. That's where the confusion comes in because the kids going to look at like, what the heck? They going to see something that's off the rip. I'm sorry. They going to see that something don't look right. And that's where the confusion starts. But hold up, they was allowed to do this. Why? But we know the main ones that got logic and common sense. We ain't doing no shit like that. We not, no.
Nah, nah.
There was always a
That's what I'm
respect
saying.
level.
You're right. And the thing is, it's not that it's not that we are it's not that we discriminate against them. It's not that we you might be in the win. You might be in the win, Nate.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not that we discriminate against them. It's just our opinion. Like I said, if my channel get clapped because of this video, that means it's right.
Yeah.
And this video get taken down because of what I'm talking about, it must be something I said something right. You see what I'm saying? That's the bottom line. The problem, see, I keep telling you folks, the problem is not that we are against we don't care what they do with their body. We don't care. But the caring comes down to when you try to put a transgender woman in a woman's sports. That's not fair.
Yeah,
That's
because
not fair at all.
that's a
Let them have
clear
their own league.
disadvantage.
If you want them to compete, okay. Let's take away men and women. Let's take away the men and women shit. Let's put them all together. Might as well.
Yeah.
That's what basically they doing. That's basically what they doing.
Right. No, but see, this is the thing though, D Truth. I can be honest with you. Just like you was just about to hit the thumb on the nail. If that's the case, if you want them to compete or do whatever in particular, then have a league for those type of people in particular. And again, it's not that nobody is trying to be funny style, because again, live your life the way you see fit when you're an adult. But it's still a boundary there. And then even when it comes to sports, you know that's a clear disadvantage to even do some shit like that. Because at the end of the day, guess what? That's basically saying you're gonna have the men playing in the WNBA. How you doing? What you gonna have the men playing in the WNBA like a Shawana man now? Like, come on. I'm not trying to be funny, but you can't do stuff like that, man. Like that again, that treads too many boundaries, man, and that causes too many confusions that don't need to be like, come on.
It's too many confusion. And then it's just like, okay, it's just like I asked him, okay, you got a little boy who want to be want to change her to a woman. That takes away from all the fight. That takes away all the fight the real women did. Takes all the fight away from what the real women did. What the hell did they fight for? That's just a stab in the back to them. They fought so hard to get what they got now. They still fighting. We fought as black kings and queens. We fought so hard. We had that stabbing us in the back every time.
Facts. But that's all I'm saying too. Like, I don't have nothing against, again, I don't have nothing against them. I just don't like how they trying to put these agendas out like that. And then again, you quote unquote trying to. We've already been tolerant throughout history. If you check it out and actually do the research, we have been the most tolerant people. But we tired of certain situations where now you just definitely treading boundaries and again causing confusions, especially to those who are looking up to us. Prime example, again, I told somebody, not depending on the situation, no matter how you look at this situation, look who's looking up under us. Guess who is up under us? The adults. As far as who's up under us, them kids, them teens, you still fucking their heads up. And if that's the case, if you want them to be integrated into sports, then have their own league. That's it.
That's the bottom line. That's all. That's all. That's all we really. That what we all saying. We say the same thing. Let them have their own damn league. Then they. I don't care. I don't care. If two adults raise a child. I don't care. Man raise a child. Woman raise a child. Raise a child. But if you're a transgender woman raising a child, what you telling your child? What question you gonna ask? Child, ask you the question. Why did you change? Why you change from a man to a woman? What kind of answer can you give? What kind of answer can you give? And
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just again, it's some things that should be implemented on children. Like I said, even when it comes down to schools, it's not saying that we not tolerant or that we not. No, we've been tolerant throughout history. If you check it, because if that was the case, it would have shown something completely different. But it
yeah,
was a respect level at the end of the day when it came to certain things. All right, we know we can't tread those boundaries. But it's like even the lack
yeah,
of morality is gone. That's why I said sometimes, you got to fight so many different battles. But again, as the
hmm
man, listen, we could go deep into that, but I feel like this again. Give them their own league if that's the case. If you want them to be integrated into
yeah,
certain things in life, okay, so then give them their own league. The same way the women got the
yeah,
WNBA, same way the men got the NBA. Like, come on. If you want,
yeah,
then you're gonna separate it like that. Don't need to have to try to put everybody in the same ring now. That's not no. Dynamics get messed up.
yeah. And you confuse the child. Like I said, what do you, Jerry? You want to come on? Got something to say? Come on up and say it. Hey, open panel. If it's just like, what do you tell your child? Tell a child the reason why you change from a man to a woman. What reason do you tell them? You don't have no reason. What reason would you have to tell me? What excuse what you going to use? You can't say I
I feel
felt
like
like I was in the wrong body.
yeah, they're gonna try to all them damn excuses. You know how they try to do it. And that's the only thing I do have a problem with. You can't make no excuses. And if you're not gonna really be truthful, don't try to hit them with no bullshit logic. That's what I'm saying. How do you sit here and you set yourself up to lie to the youth anyway? You can't sit there and do that on any accord. Even if you are living in your truth, you're still supposed to have a truth about everything. And it's not supposed to be something that you feel. No, it's supposed to be logic. And even still, it's not no logic because I told somebody that one day. I said, "Hold on." I said, "If you don't want to be with the opposite sex, right? Grant that. You want to be with the same sex, I grant that. But then you trying to be the opposite sex. You have to make that make sense. Where does that logic fit into place? Especially if you don't have no type of inner traits of. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just me. I'm not being. I'm not being crazy. Come on, man. You know what? Make it make sense. That's where the confusion comes into. Again, I could be anything I want to be. No, the fuck, you can't be a blunt, you can't be a cigarette, you can't be a liquor bottle. Man, come on, that mentality got into some of
No,
these
you can't.
people's head.
Yeah. Oh, I can change my gender. I can change this right here. But like I said, Nate, until
Yeah.
a transgender woman and you still a man, change your woman. until until he or she, whatever you want to call them, until they start having a period, till they get a fallopian tube, a uterus, an egg, till they start having cramp, they have a period, they can get pregnant the natural way, not artificial insemination, till they carry a baby for 9 months, until they push it out of whatever they're gonna push it out of, you still a goddamn man. I don't care how you form and dress it up. You cannot do that what a real woman do. That's a big fact. Stop me if I'm saying something wrong just then.
Nah, you ain't saying nothing wrong. That's why I'm saying, like, you gotta make it make sense. Just like I was telling somebody, I said you cool to live your life, but then again, when it comes to that, I've always felt that was weird. Like, why are you trying to be adamant on being something that you don't want to be with? Like I said, with some of the women trying to be men. If you don't want to be with a man, why are you trying to be a man? You know you ain't physically possible. That's what I'm saying. You know, you gotta be mindful of that.
Yeah. And then what I've been saying, Nate. Then what I've been saying, Nate. If you like same sex, you're a man or woman. Why you gonna go be with a why would you gonna go with a man that dressed like a woman and act like a woman? Why don't you go be a man that dresses like a man that is a man that straight man that is that like men? She just saying like the women. Why would a woman go be with a woman that dresses like a man and act like a damn man?
Facts. That's all I'm saying. Man, listen. My mind been boggled. I've always been boggled on certain things, and I told people, sometimes the confusion comes too because look at what's going on in these backgrounds. We know some of them are going to that level because of whatever abuse they've been through. And some men should, come unscathed, but it's still a long battle. Even still, you shouldn't be even if you feel like you fighting with your sexuality. Let me say this, man. You know for a fact if you gonna live in whatever truth you gonna live in, you gotta be truthful with yourself, number one, before you can be truthful with anybody else. And honestly, those type of agendas that they're pushing, I no, listen, if you don't want to be with somebody, then that don't mean you trying to be that same person. No, I'm not gonna hit it. I don't want to be a man, but I'm trying to be a man. That don't fit logic, and vice versa. I'm not trying to hear you want to be a woman, but you wasn't born a woman. You smoke rocks. I'm sorry to say that.
Oh yeah, that discussion just that would have put off for I forget that damn discussion. You just hit it. You hit the damn on the damn head just then. She said the trans agenda is another division technique to pit man against woman and decrease the birth rate and population. You're right, because they scared minorities. We are the majority, but we're not the majority. They are scared that they keeping us down. They want the birth rate to go down, and about 20 some years, 30 some years later, they gonna be right there. They're gonna be part of the minority, be below the minority. That's what they try to kill us at. But on the same token, they want to kill the women abortion rights. That don't make no sense there.
The only way I feel abortion is an option for somebody is if they really been like I don't want to say the R word because I know how they feel about it. But that's the only
Yeah.
time I feel abortion should be an option on anything, especially if you have been, caught in that situation, even if it's coming from within the family. That's the only way I feel for a fact that should be. All right, look, because you don't want to have to take that situation on. Like, come on. And then how you gonna explain to your kid too in the long run? This is how you came here, especially if it came from that situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even that
Yeah.
situation to break
You're right.
somebody down.
and thing is, they try to it, it's a hidden agenda for them folks. Why you want to take something and that black people and women have fought so hard for and use it instead of finding your own lane, your own lead, your own thing to do. See, well, I went to the mall one time, and I'm telling you, I always thought there was a men and women bathroom, right? Then I said, for family, I was taken aback by it. I'm like, okay, I was taken aback by it, like, because I at that point I haven't seen that before. You see what I'm saying? It's just something you do not do. There's something you do not mess with. You do not mess with sports. So sports that is just made for men, that's just made for women that were born man and woman who continue being man and woman. You do not go mess that up. Why you think some of these transgenders always get their ass beat? I'm gonna be frank with you. Why you think they get their ass beat? Go to the club, you think you they go why don't go to a club, think you talk to a woman, all of a sudden you think you finna get some, all of a sudden you find out that's a man. Cause that person didn't tell you. Then all of a sudden they want to hit you with a hate cry. There ain't no damn hate cry. Hey, that person should have told you that, hey, I was born a man, I'm not a woman. The ass would have
I
got
got
beat.
2 for 1. See, you got a 2 for 1 right there. You just nicked 2 shits in one. Look, see, I ain't even gotta say nothing. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me say this in my Damon Wayans voice. Message. Yeah, people hate when you speak. No, but people hate when you speak logical. They want to get emotional. Like I was just saying earlier, it's gonna be the weather getting nice now. You're gonna start seeing a lot of. I'm telling you, some of y'all parents. I'm gonna tell you this right now. For those who really are on accordance or trying to be the best parents, you better be mindful this summer and watch everything that's moving. And then look, if your kid get confused, you better get on. Listen, this is something I ain't want to have to break down for you, but I'm gonna have to break this down for you the best way possible. And then that's it for them. Give them that education right there because they gonna be confused, and that's what starts the confusion at home. You don't need that.
You are right about that, Nate. You are right about that, Nate. Because it's like, and they wonder why some of these transgenders, men and women, get their ass beat. One, if you're so proud to be a transgender woman, you're so proud of it, you want all those rights. What about the man's right, know that you were born a man? What about the right about a woman? Uh, uh, what about a woman's right to know that you were born a woman? What about their rights?
Facts. We seen this shit happen so many different times. Like, yeah, listen, even whether it's been on national television or not. Prime example. Then we did, remember the Jenny Jones show. Remember that situation.
Yeah,
Remember that Jenny Jones? It was a few shows that happened. Remember, like these people really didn't know or wasn't part of no type of scheme, plot, nothing. Found out some shit, and look what happened. He went overboard. Yeah, because again, you're supposed to let somebody know. If you want to live in your truth, you're supposed to let it be known to the people. Because some people ain't gonna be for that shit, and then you might have those if they are for that. Then it is what it is. But even still, you got to give a person the right to decide anything. That's not supposed to be fucking logical at all. You want to sit here and want to be this way, but then you ain't gonna want to be truthful. And then when something does happen to the point of even you losing your life, now everybody want to be up. No, got to be truthful with people. Bring
yeah.
whatever
Then
to the
everybody want to be
damn
upset
table.
about it. Yeah, yeah. Then everybody want to be mad at the person that did it. But that person that's transgender, they tell that other person that, hey, I was born this, but I'm this right here. Now, you can't get mad at the person for doing what they did. Of course, if a man wanted to kill a transgender woman, he should pay for that crime. He should pay for that. But yet, don't go overboard and say, "Hey, he should have did that with that." But guess what? If that transgender woman did not tell that man that she was born a man, how the hell you supposed to react?
Exactly. But look, that's what I'm saying. You know, it's getting to a point where look, that's why I say y'all treading too many lines and boundaries and causing confusions, and in the long run, you're gonna keep getting these type of same results. And again, I've always said this with the best logical mind. This ain't even coming from an emotional standpoint. It's coming from always a logical point. How again, if
Mhm.
you don't want to be with the opposite sex and you want to be with the same sex, how are you still trying to be like the opposite sex? Again, you can't do that. And if you want to act like that, you might as well be mindful to those people. Period. Can't do it. It don't make sense. So am I supposed to believe? Yeah, like you said, am I supposed
Right.
to believe you gonna catch fallopian tubes and shit like that overnight? I'll wait. And vice versa. Am I supposed to believe the women that's trying to be men? Am I supposed to believe y'all gonna grow a cock meat and something else? I'll wait. Maybe I'm just saying it the wrong way, but either which way, I'm just being logical about it. My bad. My bad.
Logic. We always logical about stuff. It ain't that I just thought of this subject because it came up. No, I've been thought of this subject. I've been thinking about what the hell with. But I'm like that. Parents supposed to be supportive of their child, right? Right. We're supposed to be supportive of our child, but also you gotta give them sit them down and give them the hard fact truth too. If your son want to transform into a woman, dress as a woman, act like a woman, that's you. But at the same time, you gotta sit him down or her down, whatever what you call it, him or her, sit him down like son, daughter, you got if you want to date a man, you got to let them know that you was born a born with a boy. You see what I'm saying? You got to sit them down, tell them that, and it's all mental. It's a mental illness that's in their head. Something in their brain is not clicking. Something in their brain is not connecting.
You're absolutely right on that. You know, that's why I was telling somebody. I said, look, I know people who was on the opposite side of the fence, and yet and still they maintained who they was. They wasn't trying to be nobody. They wasn't out there. They wasn't even cross dressing. Wasn't even their thing. They used to shun those back in the day. Like nigga, what you doing? Like even they used to be like that. I remember I came across a situation where even the dude was saying like, first of all, you are an embarrassment to real gay men everywhere. I said, whoa. I said I wasn't expecting it, but it just was like, no, because we not even on that type of time. Like we might be we might be what we are, but we are not even doing that. Like that's too much. I'm gonna be who I was. If I was born a boy, I'm gonna be a boy regardless, even through the whole process. Like it's not gonna be no I'm trying to change up. Shit nowadays, again, they telling everybody they could be a Bluntville. They telling everybody they could be a Bluntville now. Like you could be anything you want to. I could be an Xbox. Like, come on, like yeah, that's the logic that's being fed to everybody. You could be anything in the world you want to be, Timmy. You could be Tina tomorrow. Hell no. Stop it. Stop it. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking logical. Hashtag
You could
your
be a man, you could
own
be a cat.
lead. Hashtag your own lead. Even when it comes to that. Serious. Like it's just you wanna have to give these kids the hard truth sometimes. The sad part about it.
Yeah, yeah. The hard look. I'm like this. I'd rather have the hard truth than a lie. And like they said, like I said, we are not against. We're not discriminating. We're not against what they what kind of gender they want to be. We're not against that. If you want to be that gender, okay, be that gender. But at the same time, have respect for the real women that doing what they doing, in their own league. Have respect for women for doing what they doing in their own league. Hey, get your own damn league. Get your own division. Like I said, if that's the
Exactly.
case, if you can't have no baby in 9 months, you can't have no period, or you getting for level 2, or you or 8, can't push no baby out in 9 months. You should be competing in winning sports.
Facts.
If you can't spread your leg like a woman do, and open up your pussy, and he shoot up off it, and that sperm fertilize that egg, and that sperm fertilize the egg, and the egg go connect to that uterus and grow for 9 months, and the mother, whatever she eat, the baby still eat, and you had to go to the doctor to get sound, see how the baby doing month by month, and that might come out. You can't spread your leg, and the head come out of that vagina. If you can't do that, you don't need to be competing in winter sports.
Facts. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I think
Hey,
Joanna Man set the trend. I'm sorry. This is just my opinion on it. Joanna Man movie started all of that bullshit. I'm sorry. They gave it real in depth. Like, yeah, you could just
yeah,
because you, but it seemed we know it was even though we know what the storyline really was, that nigga was just determined to play ball. But still, look what you did. That's what I'm saying. Come on, man. They was already trying to get for this in some points, but it's crazy that you really trying to implement it now. But again, when people are not
yeah.
fighting back and standing on the right accords, what you expect?
I called it like I said, and I just called it. I just called it until these transgender women can have a baby at 9 months naturally, not go get, not go. Tell this woman, I need you to have my baby. Nah, not none of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. Until then, get your own damn league. Leading women's sports leagues alone. If you don't like what I'm saying, oh well, goddamn, come on my panel to debate me about it.
Nah, man. Joanna Man
I'm for
started the
this.
whole
I'm,
blueprint. Nah, fellas, come on, bro. You know damn well, man. Like, just gave
hey,
them that golden opportunity.
I,
Man, listen, it's a few things that man, listen, I'm gonna even say what was it, Holiday Heart? That started the whole bullshit. I'm sorry. There's been so many different
let it
things that started
backfire.
that notion. Matter of fact,
Let it backfire.
I'm gonna
Come
say
on back.
Geraldine. I'm gonna say Flip Wilson with that Geraldine character. All of that shit.
Yep, yep, yep. We knew it just for a laugh, but the thing is, it just got out of hand. And the bottom line to it is, we got they think some of us are idiots. We are not idiots. We just like what hey, we just think with logic.
Yeah, I just be crying though. But see, this the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Whatever. Go ahead.
But look,
Go
this is the
ahead. Go
thing
ahead.
though, bro. Like, this is where it went from. It was supposed to just be comedy to it went out of hand because now it was giving people that notion to say it was like it was almost a double barrel shotgun because yeah, some people were looking at it as just comedy and they wasn't really getting crazy about it. Even the quote unquote community on the other side was down with it, but then again, it said a dangerous president because it's like, oh, now you trying to tell these people
Yep.
this is like I'm not gonna look at you the same now. Oh, look, that's your name. I ain't worried about you, bro. Like, oh man, I mean, okay, that's a character, but then again, that's still setting the president. Oh, you only funny if you put a dress on, or you only
Right.
valuable if you quote the lines. That's it.
Yeah. And I know I had used Shanae And you try to go shenanigans on them. You know what I'm saying? As a
Yeah.
joke, but in the hindsight of it, they need to get their own league. They need to get their own lane, not jump in somebody else's lane
Yeah.
because they can.
You gotta say it one more again for the church and the congregation. Church. I'm out the window, bro. You gotta say that
I
one
think
more
you got to
again for
play.
the congregation in here. Say it, church. Mm. Yeah,
See,
because it
it's
do.
like
You must be on the time
hold on,
delay.
I gotta put this one up right here. I want you to think about this one, Nate. Now I went on time delay. Now I will read something right quick.
Oh no, I
You see
thought.
what I just put
Oh,
up?
my fault. I thought you was for a second. I was about to say you done got quiet. Yeah, because it's. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have to
You see
put
I put
on
up?
this to prove that I'm funny. Yeah, I see it. I shouldn't have to do none of that to prove that I'm funny. If you can't accept me for who I am, then guess what? I can move on. I can still make, and that's what people got to understand too. You can still
Right.
make it even if you get rejected. Yeah, listen, I ain't trying to be. I'm not trying to be accepted by y'all. This is what it requires. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
want you to follow our agenda. You got talent. No, man, you ain't think about me when I was in here singing with these damn groups. I should have been an eighth shot like this. I'm like,
but just like I said, you're not going on your period. You're not expecting leg to get fucked like you're supposed to be get fucked, and naturally having a baby, get pregnant, go through all them cycles, whatever. You should be competing in the women's sports. You shouldn't be. That's the
Facts.
bottom line. If you don't like it, so what? I don't care. If you got a problem with it, I can set another live up. You come ahead and debate me about it.
Listen, it's about listen. You gonna
Christy,
live your life. Listen.
hold on, Nate. Hold on, Nate. Christy, you're late.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. She
Stop
late.
being petty. Stop being petty.
How you doing, Christian? How you doing?
You gotta stop being petty, D. True. Stop being petty, bro.
You all right, Christian? You all right? You know I gotta mess with you. Hey, I know. Hey, ain't no telling what Christian say. Ain't no what. Hey, oh, I know what she probably don't want over there make mean. So I forgive you. I forgive you. Well, go ahead, Nate.
Nah, but like I was telling somebody, you want to live in your truth, live in your truth. But there still should be a moral code and a boundary of things that you should do and shouldn't do. And just like I said, oh no, you want to put yourself into something you feel that's what you want to do, sports wise. Okay, then you need to come up to do something, make your own league. Same way some of these people are doing their own little. They ain't trying to be no UFC fighters, but some of them just they like to fight. Guess what? They making their own little fight clubs and boxing clubs. It ain't hard to do your own thing, and then but stop trying to integrate things. That's the problem. Stop trying to integrate things that you know shouldn't be integrated. Should a woman be playing a man's
Right.
sport? No. Should a man be playing a woman's sport? No. It's too different. Even when you try to, we just know it's too different. Now, yeah, other things men and women can do together, but when it comes to sports, we supposed to be separated on that aspect. You think I'm supposed to clothesline a fucking woman while I'm playing football? Especially if I know I'm on that type of time, I'm on to like, come on. No, I'm serious.
I know. When I play football, I've been trying to look. I'm trying to put your lights out. I'm trying to
Yeah,
put your
like come
lights
on.
out. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I already know you were here first, Christy. What did you cook? What did you cook? What kind
uh,
of breakfast did you cook?
I see pancakes. Yeah, the same way it's dangerous for a man to play football, it's dangerous for a woman to play football. So, like I said, are they supposed to be playing with us unless it's no, what was it, flag football? See, flag football was different because you only had to just
Mhm,
grab that flag. You ain't even have to really do much. Give me that.
mhm,
But even still, that was a danger because you do made the wrong mistake. By come on now, are we
mhm.
supposed to be playing
That's right.
soccer together? No. I'm just saying, there's certain sports we just not, sports. Period is the reason why
Think about.
there's a
Mhm,
division there.
mhm. Now,
Think about it.
you
Oh,
gotta. Mhm. Think about it. Think about this right here. Let's take let's take a woman that transition to a man. What my plate?
bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, coffee, and some leftover pork chops. Yeah, cook it up.
Hey, they asked her where I plate at.
Don't worry.
Damn,
I'll, I'll put
she
my
ready.
I'll put my hands in everybody's plates. No, don't worry. I'm Nate the Great. I put my hands in everybody's plate. Let me get this piece of bacon, man. Bacon tax.
But it's like this right here. It's just like a man who trans. Let's say a woman transitions to a male. She playing baseball. He's playing baseball. He at home plate. He the catcher. Here come a collision at home plate. And you know how that gonna go.
Facts. That's
Look
all I'm
at
saying. Like,
look at go ahead.
no, you good. I was
Go
trying to
ahead,
mute the
Nate.
mic for a second. No, I was trying to mute the mic for a second. My bad.
Oh. It's just like you got a transgender woman going against a woman in boxing, UFC, MMA. That's a disadvantage. Just like you got a transgender man, a woman that's a man going to MMA, UFC, in a boxing. That's a disadvantage for that person. Either way you look at it, it's a disadvantage for somebody in that league.
Facts. If a woman trying to
So,
go into that part, guess what? With a man, I'm saying, like, don't get it twisted. I've seen some can handle their own, but then again, it's like you're still at disadvantage because you might come across that right one and put your lights out. And I'm like, damn, like
mm-hmm,
this is why this is why when it came to sports, it was always segregated as far as that because again, we know it's a certain sports you cannot play with men because even when we on go, our adrenaline be just like how it is. Now again, some people you think I'm
mm-hmm,
going full comfortable, we playing football, and I see a I'm not trying to tackle you or spear the shit out you, know, and I'm mostly just doing what I'm doing. I'm just playing my sport. Now, when it's the fellas, it's different.
mm-hmm.
Come here, I'm about to get this nigga right here. You ain't getting this. It's a girl now. You got the shit, man. I don't even want to touch her. I might just let her get the touchdown.
There you go.
Like, come on, like,
Look, I'm like really sworn right now. I'm competitive. I'm just showing if you let a look at if I look. I played basketball against a woman, right? And that was a real woman.
yeah,
You think I'd have let that woman beat me? You think I would let a transgender woman beat me? I'm not gonna let
mm-hmm.
nobody beat me because I'm too damn competitive. They really
Facts,
want to say damn sure ain't letting a woman whoop my ass. Hell no. It'd be like, oh, I just whooped his ass. He's a woman. But but it all comes back down to one thing: society and the parents.
facts. Don't get it twisted
I
because
was
I've been
guess what?
competitive, but I was not doing that. It's just the only thing I was saying. The only thing I knew for a fact niggas wasn't doing, at least with us. We still wasn't playing
Mm-hmm.
no because we most of the men we was with we was playing tackle. We wasn't playing that two hand touch crap. No, like we had football equipment and all of that. You think there would have even been no? We're not doing that.
Mm-mm. Kristen said, she said she not into sport. She just do the latest thing: shopping, cooking, cleaning, and saving the money.
Terrible.
All right, Christy. Yep. I like I said, I would be later. I'll be on later. Either I'm gonna do something about. I had a Cupid on my panel other night.
Yeah, I
Cupid
heard.
on my panel other night.
I was in there for a minute, then I had to fucking start my live. I almost forgot about my time reminder. I almost pulled one of your moves. I was like, I can't do that, baby. I gotta be in the accordance.
Yeah, but I got I see I got two things I got to probably do today is why people don't prepare for disaster in advance.
Yeah.
O block O block even. She want to talk about something going on in O block in Chicago, but I ain't did my research on it yet because of the hour schedule, whatever. But I
Yeah.
might come back tonight. I'm coming back tonight with what or part two. Who's your daddy? Coming back
It ain't
part two.
you.
Who's your
It
daddy?
ain't you. It's you.
I'm not the pappy. No, I'm not the
You is the
pappy.
papa.
You the pappy.
Nah,
You the pappy.
nah, I'm nowhere near that. I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I was in the club. I was in the club. I played for the club I own. That's it.
I guess it really sting.
I think realist might be the pappy. I don't know.
I think it. Yeah, yeah. But go ahead and I think Armando about to come on. You know I don't like to miss his shit because I want another good laugh. I want another good laugh.
Nah, no doubt. You know how to come show love on the
But
topic real
this
quick.
was believe me, it just going on the backbone. I really want to say hell no.
Fine, you is the
Yeah, and
uncle.
you got any shout outs you want to get out there?
Nah, just
Yeah,
shout out to
you
everybody
got
that
any
been
shout
rocking
out?
with everybody.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody
hey,
that been riding with
yeah, I
us
like to
as
shout
far
out.
as this content.
I would, yeah. I got to give shout out to Nate the Great, Armando, E. James, Mac Me, Wax AP, Mexican, Cuba, the Nile River, State Gang got my boy Trey, Joint Chit Chat, True Hurts. And like they said, everybody that been rocking with us, been rocking with us, stay rocking with us. Me and Nate bring the truth. I bring the truth. Cosmetology baby bringing it. Low dollars. Uh, the word. Go sub up to them. Got a phone. Go sub up to them. Like I said, Now River, Twitties Nation. We are family, just like the rest of the state gang. We are all family. Go sub up some of these folks. And guess what? We're gonna have another good real discussion. We have real topics. Like I said, I'm not afraid of nothing. I don't care who loves and who don't love what I say. It is what it is. Peace and love. And thank you. I'm getting ready to get here. Let's see what Matt. See what Matt. Hold up. We are family. We are family. Drop everybody else link before I go off. Drop whoever link you can think of to drop. Go ahead and drop them before I go off. So people go sub up to them.